Coach, just right off the bat, the offensive line situation, you said you weren't quite sure on Monday. What's it going to look like?
Yeah, we got a bunch of different guys rotating in right now. I think the maturation of Falili has been really impressive. He's just been a little bit banged up kind of throughout the last few weeks, but now he's ready to go. So to get those reps, we moved him to tackle. We got Quinn and we got Brock at guard and Make out. We're going to find the best, and I don't necessarily know at this point if we know exactly who it's going to be. And then Grant will be coming back in the second half and getting back to our normal alignment. So just excited for a couple of those guys and getting their opportunity, and they'll be ready to go.
Did you say Make out?
What's that?
Did you say Make out?
No. Make, potentially playing some guard, and then we bring Grant back. Make going back out to tackle. Yeah, easy. Yeah.
I think it's fair to say the third down defense has been pretty good this year, but it does seem that there's been some third and long conversions. I know Wisconsin got a few, and I think SC
Oregon
got a couple.
Yeah.
What's kind of what have you seen on tape of that? What's kind of the way to fix that?
Well, I think there's a bunch of things that go into that. I just think our disguises and our movements haven't been as tight as we need them to be, and then I think there's just some down and distance recognition stuff, like underneath guys not sinking to where we need to be. I think we need to be a little bit more aggressive, with some of our coverage stuff. Our pressure packages, people have seen them now a bunch, so we got to keep evolving and make sure we're staying ahead of the game. But I thought that was the key to last week, getting them behind the chains and then not quite executing. Cal got another big one too on us, so we got to be a little bit better in that area.
With Jay Lee kind of now back in the fold, is the plan for him to start, and then obviously all three will play with Jaden as well?
Yeah, that's exactly right. And I think we got Jay Lee to about 25 snaps last week. Probably get him to about 50 snaps this week, and then have Hicks bounce back and forth. And that's a lot of pressure on a freshman to do both jobs, but I think he's been really good throughout the week, and he's ready to go there.
On Jordan as well, what does he give you in terms of playing ability, and then that on-field? I know communication's been a thing you guys have talked about.
Well, I just think Jay Lee's an elite box defender. There was a couple of times in last week's game they had an extra hat for him. He beats the block and goes make a big play. So he just has that feel in that box and that aggressiveness, which in this game is going to be everything. And Hicks will be there, but that's 4 years down the road from the experience that Jay Lee has. So I just think there's a physicality to it, and like I said, when he's out there, everyone's really calm because he's seen all the checks, he knows where we're supposed to be, and he's a really good communicator and leader.
And last year, I know that it was against the run-heavy teams, there were some bigger yardage totals than there's been this year.
Yeah.
We were talking to Kyle Thornton yesterday, and he said that he thinks the rushing defense has seen the most progress, I guess, from last year to this year. Well, what do you think it is that's kind of allowing you guys to handle those heavy rushing teams a little better?
Well, this will be a kind of a check mark of where our interior defensive line is at. I do think this is the most physical offensive line that we have played, and they just have a different style of how fast they get off the ball. And I thought that was an advantage that they had on us last season. So to come in here, we're gonna see the improvement that we made, and that's what I told Coach Callaghan in the meeting room yesterday. And that's a great challenge. Those guys are fired up to prove how much hard work that they've put in. But I think it goes back to our interior defensive line playing at a higher level, and that doesn't necessarily always mean making plays, but it's doing your job and eating up blocks. So what we feel is one of the best linebacking cores in the conference can go out there and make some plays too. So, but it's not one position, it's everybody. It's doing your job. It's building a wall at the line of scrimmage. And last year they walked us off. I mean, it's just incredible watching that tape, how I do feel like we've gotten a lot better.
I'm working on a thing about RJ and Brennan, sort of the sibling rivalry thing going on. Have you seen them really push each other and make each other go harder, and maybe also the people in that room as well?
Well, I just think not just those two. I think it does start with them. I think they're mature enough and they have enough experience to know what they need to do to be great and to be next level. And I know both of them have aspirations of playing in the NFL. But what that takes daily, a lot of people talk about the NFL, but they don't understand what it takes. I think BJ especially is just, it's funny because they're two different personalities. BJ's so serious, he's planning out his meals, and RJ has fun, and not that he doesn't take it seriously, but he's just a different type of personality. But I think how they infect the team is just so really important. I think they raise the level of everybody around them, but they do it out here. Right? They do it when no one's watching in the weight room. They do it, at 6 a.m. in January, so I think they're seeing the results of all that hard work.
Coach, I know you enjoy, talking about your players, but Oregon State sort of got their version of Taysom Hill with Jack Coletto, who's going to play offense and defense. Just how many different meeting rooms are you talking about a player like that?
Well, the Jackhammer, that's a cool name. I'm going to give him that. That's a really cool nickname. Biggest thing, I mean, we spent Monday night till midnight up in this dealing with the package that they have, and it's very versatile. I mean, he threw a rollout pass against Utah to the right sideline 20 yards deep. It's just incredible. So he's a unique talent. They're using him a lot more, especially with one of the tight ends being out. So he's on the field just even in normal situations a lot more. So it's a unique challenge, but they get out of it exactly what they want. They want you spending time on those things for 3 or 4 plays a game. I think they do a good job with them, and he's very physical. Yet they trust him to go out there at the end of the Fresno game's on the line, and run a play with him out there. I mean, it was just, it's kudos to Coach Smith and how they've, kind of diversified their package with him.